Welcome to another episode of the Suplex Society. It's CE, and I'm here with my co-host, Luis. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
It's been a long week.
It's been a long week indeed. But you know what? Same shit, different toilet. Just gotta get up and keep going with it.
So, a little change in plans. I know we had agreed to talk about the events of the final. Did I say the final? Was it the final episode of WCW Nitro, or was it the first episode? I don't remember.
Did we make plans?
We did make plans.
Do enough people watch our show?
Probably not.
To know that we made plans?
No, probably not.
Okay.
At least not yet.
Not yet, right?
So, we did change plans, and we're going to get into a controversial...
Controversial topics. I like this.
It's a controversial topic. But before we do that, we're going to talk about what's going on in WWE today.
Dun dun dun. What's going on in WWE today?
So SmackDown, I mean, there were only three scheduled matches.
Oh, overall?
Overall.
I don't dislike that.
There was a lot of behind the scenes pre-recorded
story building
tapings.
Okay.
Tapings
of matches or just like vignettes?
Interviews, kind of.
Okay, gotcha.
And vignettes.
Gotcha.
Because you, I mean, the Bloodline storyline continued to build.
Did Roman Reigns come out?
Roman Reigns was not there.
Oh, okay. Has Paul Heyman showed up at all in this situation? No, not yet.
No, not yet, at least. I don't know if he's going to.
Has anybody else shown up?
No.
Okay.
Last we saw Roman got his ass kicked. And he got put through the table. No.
Oh, okay. The week before. Gotcha.
He got his ass put through the table by
the
Tonga and Jacob Fatu attacked him.
Okay. Jacob
Fatu was on Raw, or was on SmackDown, my bad.
So what's going on with the Bloodline right now? Like, what happened in SmackDown?
Well, Solo was like, oh, I'm still the actual tribal chief and everything. And then the tag team match between... Well, they took the title from Jacob. From Jacob. And
the tag team title.
Yeah. Solo told him to give his title to Tonga. So he stripped him of the title, but he made him... He says, you can't be a wrestler if you're going to be my right-hand man. So Jacob Fatu is the right-hand man of Solo.
Solo Sikoa.
Yeah.
Look, I'm telling you, I think this is building up towards animosity towards Solo Sikoa. I think Solo Sikoa is going to acknowledge Roman Reigns as a tribal chief. So Fatu is not going to like that. He's not going to acknowledge the tribal chief, and he's going to become the new head of the table for...
I really think in that situation, I mean, we're going to see a Roman Jacob match.
Okay.
One-on-one match.
I would like to see, which won't happen anytime soon, I would like to see some of his Jacob Fatu's mic work. I haven't seen any of that, so
it
I don't
won't.
know. That's what I'm saying. It won't happen anytime soon.
He's not really of the highlights that I've seen of his MLW tape and everything, they've, he doesn't really talk.
They kind of, from what I've seen, it looks like they're building more to be this Tasmanian devil character.
Kind of like Taz. Remember Taz?
Yeah.
That's that's how they're kind of building him.
But even Taz, he had mic skills.
Yes, but Jacob does not.
Right.
That's the only difference.
Right. So you can only get so far with just in-ring work.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You have to.
I agree.
In order to build him up better in the future, he doesn't need it right now. He's perfect where he is.
If he goes singles, or if he does do they do just a tag team, not a faction.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he will need a manager.
Which that could be anybody from the Bloodline.
Yes.
Question. How much of this do you think is him relinquishing the title or Solo Sikoa making him relinquish the title to what was his name?
Tonga Loa.
How much of that do you think is actual work within the storyline versus he's injured.
He was running. I don't want to hear that. He was running with.
Yeah, but
his
it's
boot.
one thing for you to be running versus actually being injured and you still have the boot. You can't really wrestle.
He was running with his boot, kicking people with his boot. I mean, I don't know.
So your response is more it's storyline than anything else.
I don't know. It's one of those situations where it blurs. There's a gray area.
Okay. Do you think he's really injured?
I think he injured his leg somehow.
Yeah, but not like direly. Because
I don't think he broke it.
Yeah.
Obviously, if he broke it, he wouldn't be running in a boot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think there may be some minor injury, but not like, you know, he attacked Roman. They've been talking about keeping him away from Roman. Okay. So I don't know what they're doing.
That's like the subtext behind everything. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, what else happened on SmackDown?
I mean, it was Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Blair Davenport.
Okay, how was that?
It was a good match. I still think they're building toward a Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill match. That's the match I want to see. I don't really care about them being in a tag team. But I feel like they did that to develop her more. Because she was on the C promotion over at AEW. And, you know, you don't really know how good you are unless you play with the
big boys.
Yeah.
Agree.
They won the match. Naomi won the match for the team. I would get back in. I want to talk about the outfits because each of them wore an outfit that paid homage to Simone Biles in each stages of her Olympic career.
Whenever you were telling me that you want to talk about superstars or female wrestlers' outfits, that's not what I thought you were going to say. But it's good to know that you kept it respectable. I appreciate that.
But no,
that's good. I mean, the USA won. USA won the Olympics. Can we say that?
Yeah.
USA won the Olympics.
They paid homage to each stage of her career.
Look, Simone Biles is one of the Olympic goats. Plus, she's from Houston, so she's better than everybody. Let me change up that topic a little bit. We agree that there's different generations of do we call them superstars? Do we call them wrestlers?
There's different. We'll go entertainers.
Entertainers, right? A female. Well, I don't want to say female entertainers because
okay, yeah. Okay.
A female wrestling entertainers or superstars. What
female superstars. Let's just go there.
Female superstars. How do you think? Now, I'm not comparing her to the 2000s or the 90s. I'm comparing them even just to the 2010s, where the four horsewomen. How do you feel that these women coming up right now compare to those and their height?
See, I don't think you can, because when you talk about the Litas and the Trish Stratuses,
right,
the Molly Hollies,
but that's not. I'm not even talking about.
No, I am.
Okay,
this is where I'm going with it.
Gotcha.
They were still, even when you talk about Beth Phoenix,
right,
and what's Undertaker's wife name? Sarah Michelle McCool. Yeah. They were paving the way still.
Yeah.
You can't really compare it because, I mean, when you look at it, women were still objectified.
Completely agree with you. So let me change the question a little bit. We'll go back to this question at one point, at a later point. Who to you is no? Let me finish. Who to you is the woman that paved the way for this generation? I'm gonna give you two options.
Ooh.
AJ Lee or Paige?
Neither.
No. Who would you say it is then? Because I would say it's definitely one of those two.
Well, Paige came over to Raw after SmackDown or after WrestleMania, won the women's title from AJ Lee. She is essential. I wouldn't say she's the main person. I wouldn't say Paige is the main person.
Okay. I'm afraid you're going to say Charlotte Flair.
No, I wouldn't even say. I wouldn't even say Charlotte Flair because she didn't come on until like 2014.
And that's okay. So that's why I would start with them.
So
So if not them two, who would you say it is?
I mean, let's look at the people that have left. Like, you had Beth Phoenix. You had...
But like you said it yourself, that was still during an era where they were being objectified.
I mean, even up until 2012, they were being objectified. It didn't really start changing till like 2013 on. It's when they started having the banger NXT matches with Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks.
Okay, so you would give it to the four horsewomen. You would give it to
You'd have
those individuals that were kind of ingrown home talent.
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't. I would.
But why would you say it's Paige though?
Because she was vital in that transition.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying,
and that's why I'm saying who is the person who kind of like the catalyst of making that transition. That's why I would say it's either AJ Lee or Paige, right?
AJ Lee started it. Paige kind of picked up the ball where AJ Lee left off and ran with
it. And I would agree with that. I would say that AJ Lee was kind of innovator is the wrong word, but was the person that got them noticed.
She got the ball rolling.
Yes, and Paige was the one that took the ball and ran.
AJ Lee had some. I mean, she was the manager for Dolph Ziggler.
She did a lot.
She was a manager for Daniel Bryan. Remember they had the kiss at WrestleMania 27, 28?
I don't remember that. Lost
the match to
I remember
Sheamus.
She kissed.
It was Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan.
Familiar. I remember she kissed a bunch of people.
No. This was WrestleMania first match of the night. Daniel Bryan lost the world championship with like 17 seconds or something.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember which WrestleMania it was.
It was like a clothesline, and then boom, that was it.
It was a bro kick, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he lost in 17 seconds or 7
Would you say that that's the catalyst? I'm kind of going over the place. Do you think would you say that's the catalyst for the Yes movement?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay.
They had to rebrand. He got rebranded, and he turned heel.
Yeah.
And he, said he didn't want to marry AJ Lee, and it was like a whole thing.
I don't remember. I don't know why I don't remember that storyline so much. Anyways, so going back to the female wrestlers. Okay, so
I like it right now because let's look at it. In the past couple of years, wrestlers have been able to go, or not wrestlers, female wrestlers have been able to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. Natalya and
was Charlotte Flair one of them?
I think so.
I thought it was both of them.
It was Becky Lynch and Charlotte were the first two.
Okay. And
then now we've got this thing going where they're starting to pave the way for even more. Over there you have to be completely covered. In 2012, you couldn't even take a female wrestler over there and they could wrestle.
Look, if I had to do transitions, I would definitely do AJ Lee to Paige to the Four Horsewomen. Four Horsewomen took that ball and ran with it.
Yeah, because they had their first the Evolution, WWE Evolution. It was only.
Yeah.
It was a women's pay-per-view. All women's pay-per-view.
They were the ones that.
But if you want to talk about who started it, Lita and Trish Stratus with the first main event.
And that's why I didn't say who started it.
Yeah.
We can even go back to talking about the
Wendy Richter and Alundra Blaze.
Well, I don't know who those are.
Or Mae Young and
that's what I was gonna say. Mae Young and
which there's a lot of controversy around her right now.
Right now?
Not right now, but recently.
Yeah. What happened with her?
It had something to do with racism.
Oh, okay. Well, she's old, so it wouldn't surprise me. Okay. Whole point of saying this is that out of all these people,
it's moving in the right direction, for sure.
I think it's been in the right direction for a while. I think with the Charlotte Flairs and the Becky Lynch, the Four Horsewomen definitely did a lot.
I really think though, it took longer than it should have.
But you could say that about anything though. Mostly when it comes to female movements.
Female yes, there's a thing where men make more than women and all this other stuff.
Okay.
But
We're just better. I mean, can't help it.
I think the women's wrestling movement under Vince McMahon and all that stuff went on for far too long, and nobody came forward until the lawsuit come out and everything else. And that's also, what's also changing with women is they're able to come back and have careers after they have their children, like Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Like Carmella should come back here soon.
Really?
Alexa Bliss should come back here soon.
Mm-hmm.
She just had her baby. Under Vince McMahon,
part of that has to do with the scheduling.
No, it's a culture thing.
Part of that scheduling is a part of the culture, right?
But here's what I'm saying. Under Vince McMahon, it would have never happened.
You and I can agree on that.
So it's moving in a direction where women can have families and come back and still have a career.
Yeah.
And it never would have happened early 2012. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I would agree. So what else happened on?
So SmackDown? That match, I mean, it was okay. Naomi got the win over Blair. And then the tag team title match, you knew Bloodline was going to win.
Gotcha.
The thing I hate, there are a lot of marks out there.
What do you hate?
There are a lot of wrestling marks out there.
What's a mark?
Basically, there are people that say, hey, oh, this is too predictable. We want unpredictability. It's people who, so with the Roman title reign, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, we're getting tired of this. Oh, we're getting tired of Roman. Then Roman left. Oh, we want Roman back. The show's not as good. You can't have it both ways, people.
Do you think those are more the die-hard wrestlers, or do you think those are more...
I think they're more your casual wrestling fans and not actual wrestling fans.
That appreciate what's really going on.
Like people that... Like you. You're a casual wrestling fan. You went out, came back in, went out, came back in kind of thing. It's basically, I think that's what it is.
Now, I take offense to that. Okay? I've been on this podcast for at least 4 episodes now, and I would like to say that I'm more of just casual wrestling fan. And I have done some homework. I've learned some names. And not only that, but I do appreciate the sport. I appreciate the storylines. I asked you for homework, and I did a little bit of it. I might not get a passing score, but I still did a little bit of it. So, yes, I take offense to that. One, I don't think that I'm a casual fan.
But no, I think it's more the casual people than your everyday wrestling fan.
So
where they watch.
Would you say that's the minority? Would you say that's the majority?
Ooh.
And that's where I'm going with this.
Because that's kind of hard because, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan, right? Mm-hmm. I'm an avid wrestling fan.
Yes.
But I don't like AEW. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wrestling fan doesn't. You can be a wrestling of one type of a fan of one type of wrestling.
But I watch TNA.
I haven't seen TNA, but
they just came back as TNA within the last year.
So you watch more different types of wrestling than I have. Can you say that the type of wrestling that you see on WWE is different from the type of wrestling that you see
in the indies? Oh yeah.
Finish sure. WWE versus TNA versus TNA and AEW versus AEW in New Japan. There's different types of wrestling.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So could you say that maybe the type of wrestling you like is more towards WWE, TNA, NXT?
The only reason why I lean more towards WWE is because I wasn't able to watch New Japan. I wasn't able to watch old school, where they were wrestling in the Tokyo Dome.
Do you think you'd enjoy it?
Yeah.
I don't think I would.
I could show you some matches, and I was going through some of them.
But look, because I've seen random matches, and you can appreciate the athleticism of an entertainer very much to watching a match.
That's where a lot of the cruiserweights came from.
I agree. But to me, what engages me in a match It's a storyline. Part
Okay.
of it sold in the ring. I agree with
Well,
that.
here's the thing with that.
Yes.
The companies that they represent, because, they're on loan from
The
different people.
entertainers.
Yeah, the entertainers are, because back when WCW was still around, ECW, a lot of these wrestlers were on loan to New Japan to go and compete in these tournaments, and they still have it. And the companies, the parent companies, use it in their storylines.
That's what happened with Johnny Moxley.
John Moxley, yeah. He won like the G1 Climax or whatever.
Yeah.
Or he was the New Japan United States Championship or something like that.
I heard this. I don't agree with it, but I see the logic in it.
Have you ever watched an explosion match?
No, it sounds interesting.
Go look up a Japanese explosion match.
It sounds very interesting. We should call it kamikaze match because it sounds like a crazy match. I don't agree with it, but I do agree with the logic behind it. A wrestler's not a wrestler unless they've wrestled in the States, in the Indies.
Yeah, for sure.
In Japan and in Mexico.
And now we're having, like I said, wrestling's it's on fire right now.
It's a Renaissance era, right?
So you're not always going to have, hey, SmackDown was fire, because...
Look, I've said this, in order to appreciate the highest, you have to go to the lowest.
Exactly. I don't think... So, the tag team match it was Jacob Fatu, or Tongaloa and Tama Tonga versus Street Profits, Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah.
There was interference. I don't like gimmick matches, or not gimmick matches, but like interference matches. And I know that's what the Bloodline's built on, and the Judgment Day's built on, and all this other shit. But it annoys me.
I get that.
I could see it like...
But it's part of story building, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, don't get frustrated at me. I'm just stating a fact, okay?
It just they do it so it gets under skins. That way, when your person finally wins, you're supposed to be like, "Fuck yeah, this is what."
So they're successful with
yes.
you and letting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
That's like the whole Cody and Roman over the 2 years that they did what they did. Which I have some inside information on that.
Okay.
Cody wasn't supposed to challenge Roman this year's WrestleMania.
I mean, that's been public news now.
No,
it was supposed to be the Rock,
he went into. So what I'm saying is he wasn't supposed to, like, point at the sign or point at Roman after the Royal Rumble. Like they didn't have a final decision
because of the whole Rock situation.
Yeah. They didn't have a whole final decision.
Yeah.
And Cody went into business for himself.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I go for him. But either way, look, I don't know. So I was watching that documentary today.
Oh, you watched the WrestleMania?
Yeah, the WrestleMania
I haven't seen it yet.
It's good. It's good. It gives you some behind the curtains of.
Literally,
it's called Behind the Curtains.
I've been listening to that 83 Weeks podcast.
That's the one with.
It's got Eric Bischoff. Yeah. It's got Conrad Thompson, and they also do one with Bruce Pritchard. Okay. It's under the same like
umbrella.
It's an umbrella company.
Gotcha.
They've got WWE side, WCW side.
Okay.
So they're talking about. They've been going back and watching old wrestling. And that's where I got the idea of doing what.
Gotcha.
So, anyway, SmackDown was mediocre. It's not the best, but it wasn't bad.
Gotcha.
Had some good matches, but you knew there was no way the Bloodline was losing.
Right now, that's what they're building.
They did announce the rematch of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Okay.
And Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for Bash at Berlin on Saturday, August 31st. That's at 2 p.m.
Oh, it's not that bad.
because it's in Germany. So
Is that a pay-per-view?
that's their premium live event for the month. Even though they just had SummerSlam at the beginning of the month.
Yeah. That's why I asked if it was a...
Yeah, it's a PLE.
Good.
It's the first one in Berlin. I did see, speaking of Natalia, Natalia is related to Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the daughter.
The Knight family.
Yeah, the Hart family.
The Hart family, sorry.
Oh, I forgot. Santos Escobar got his ass kicked because of he lost his match to LA Knight.
Yeah.
But it was an okay match. It wasn't set the world on fire match, but it was a SmackDown.
You gotta go through the lows, right?
Yeah, it was a SmackDown. They were building up towards Bash at Berlin. And then the final match of the night was Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes versus A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Okay.
That was the main event.
Tell me about that. How did they go?
I mean, Kevin Owens, it looked like he was going to smack Cody with a championship.
I did see that.
At the end.
I did see that.
But he was like, he gave him the belt and then he ran toward. So, I mean, they're planting the seeds here.
Yeah.
And I've been saying it. I don't know if they're actually going to pull the trigger, though. It might be where he doesn't turn heel yet.
Kevin Owens?
They might wait, or they might... Did you ever watch the Shawn Michaels Chris Jericho match at WrestleMania 19?
You know, I have a horrible memory. So, one, I have a horrible memory. And two, I might have, but I'm not going to remember the details in that match.
The end of the match, you know, they kind of shake hands. Mm-hmm. Shawn Michaels beats Chris Jericho, and then they hug, and then Chris Jericho low blows Shawn Michaels and just like pushes him down to the ground. I think
I've seen that scene.
I can see that
happening,
being something that Kevin Owens would do, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
So yeah, SmackDown mediocre.
Gotcha. What'd you give it?
I give it a B.
A B? Solid B?
Yeah, solid B.
Okay. Yeah, it's passing. You know, you might still get a little money from mom and dad, you know, getting your B's.
And then jump to Raw. Raw was a little intense.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Bronson Reed tsunami'd.
What's a tsunami?
He like belly flops on top of him. But he put Braun Strowman.
Oh, I saw that. Top of the car.
Yes, and you saw a little spark. I don't know if that was meant to happen or if it actually happened.
I've never seen something spark in a car, so that has to be some sort of pyrotechnic.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah. And I've seen some crazy wrestling shit.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon blowing himself.
That's probably the craziest thing. And we'll get into that because I kind of built onto what we're going to talk about, right?
But no, like, yeah, that was insane.
What else happened?
Jey Uso won a triple threat match to get into the number one contenders fatal 4-way.
For which championship?
Intercontinental Championship. Yeah. Braun Breaker, my bad.
Breaker.
Braun Breaker, Braun Strowman, same thing.
Yeah.
The other match was won by Pete Dunne. So there's two more to add to the fatal 4-way.
So now it's Pete Dunne and
Jey
Uso.
Main event Jey Uso. And this, it's a fatal 4-way match. I guess there's going to be two more matches next week. Let's see what else.
Is that Bash of Berlin?
Yes. Okay. No. It's on Raw.
No. The fatal 4-way.
No.
Oh, it's going to be on Raw?
It's going to be on Raw. Or maybe the next pay-per-view.
Ah, okay.
I can see. So they did that. Pete Dunne won his match. Oh my gosh. The storyline with Liv and Dom. And
what happened with that? I didn't catch up on that one.
So LWO was in the ring.
What is it safe to assume, and this is me being the novice that I am, is it safe to assume that LW stands for Latino World Order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Old homage to WCW.
All right. Yeah.
original LWO.
Yeah, LWO, right.
Conan, all of them
Yeah.
were involved. But they were in the ring, and he was like, I want to smack that dumb little mustache off your face. Ray told Dominic that, and Liv was like, oh, you don't talk about the women's world champion. And Liv was like, go beat your deadbeat dad, Dom. So he got the win again, thanks to Liv.
Yeah.
Over Rey Mysterio. And then the Terror Twins came out, and because they were about to beat up
Rey Mysterio.
They were about to beat up Rey Mysterio. Dom was actually on the top rope, about to jump through a table with Rey on it. The announce table.
Yeah.
And the Terror Twins came out.
I like that.
The final build-up for their match at Bash in Berlin.
Their match being Liv versus...
Liv and Dom versus Damien and Rhea.
I heard something. They asked Dom what he would have to do to forgive his father. Have you heard that?
I have not.
He said what he would have to do is he would have to get on his knees in the middle of the ring and willfully take off his mask and hand it to him.
So, I heard something about a match that happened back in 2005 SummerSlam.
Okay.
It was Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
For the custody of Dominic.
Okay.
He was on him. I think he was on Impulsive. He was on Logan Paul's podcast.
Yeah, Dominic. Yeah.
And he was talking about how they wanted to have him hanging.
Oh, I did hear that.
I did hear ladder.
I did hear that.
So that I thought that was kind of funny.
I think they should still do that.
But the match of the night, in my opinion, and I sent you. Did you watch my Facebook video?
I don't have Facebook. Sorry.
Well,
I saw you sent me a Facebook something, but I'm like, I don't have Facebook.
2 weeks ago, well, 2 days before Monday, so like Saturday. Was 2 years Bray Wyatt passed away. The storyline of the Wyatt Six has been building around the anniversary dates of the Wyatt family come in, the Bray Wyatt's death. Uncle Howdy had his debut last night.
Yeah.
Against Chad Gable. And he was paying homage to his brother, obviously.
What did you think about that match?
I enjoyed it.
I don't know why, but I didn't like it. I mean, maybe it has... Look,
the thing was, it's more about paying homage
to
his brother before the character.
Do you, and this is kind of off topic, but not a little bit. I didn't like it because it looked like he wasn't comfortable in the mask. He kept having his mouth open, and I think he couldn't breathe through the mask.
It might be something they might have to adjust.
Yeah.
But all in all, it was a good match. Chad Gable did what he needed to do and sold the sister Abigail absolutely
he did
amazingly.
a good job. Yes, he did.
So, and it might have been his hair too. Did you see?
I think the hair was too long too. It was,
but
unnecessarily long.
They can adjust that as it goes along,
and they should.
I think that's the end of that storyline, though. I think they move on to something else. I don't know yet.
I like that. Just be done with it.
At one time,
moves on to something else.
Chad Gable and American Made, they move on.
Yeah.
I don't see. There's not more of a story to be told there, in my opinion.
Okay.
But into our controversial topic of the night.
Well, let's do this. Tune in to the next episode. It's going to come out later this week to watch this controversial topic. What are we going to be talking about?
Chris Benoit.
Chris Benoit. There's multiple names that should not be named in the WWE, and that one is definitely on the top of the list.
He is blackballed by WWE.
Yeah.
And we'll get into more of that next episode.
Yeah. So don't forget to comment, subscribe, like. Where should they comment? What's next for?
Oh, well, this Saturday's Bash at Berlin, so if you want to watch that, comment your favorite moment from the pay-per-view.
Okay. Comment your favorite moment from the pay-per-view. Next time. Peace.